Hello, I'm Vivian McGrath from beingunbeatable.com, and in this video I'm going to be talking about gut instincts in relationships and how important they are. I learned the hard way. Always trust your gut, and I will explain why. But I thought this was really interesting. I just learned recently that deep within the tissue of our gut is what's known as the enteric system, and it's made up of cells that are the same as you can find in your brain. So it's not surprising that when we say your gut feeling, your gut instincts, or somebody says go with your gut when you ask them what to do about a decision you want to make, that it's almost like they're talking about your second brain. And gut instincts, it is like your second brain because they're there to protect you. They're there to tell you something, warn you about something, even before you're aware of them or that you need to heed that. And there's many times when we actually start to ignore them, stop listening to them, or we're numbed to them. We've suppressed all our feelings, that we're numb. We can't even hear our gut anymore. And that's what happened to me. I was in this abusive relationship and I experienced gaslighting, and I was told all the time when I, said to my ex, pointed out abusive behavior, particularly emotional abuse, and was told I was wrong. And I was imagining it. I was exaggerating it. Over time, gaslighting is aimed at distorting your sense of reality. So while your gut is telling you one thing and they're telling you, no, that's wrong, over time you start to believe it. So I stopped listening to my gut. A child, for example, growing up with a narcissistic parent, has these feelings. They're upset, they're embarrassed, they feel shame, whatever, and they talk to their parent about it, who says, oh, you're too sensitive. You're wrong to feel that way. And as a child growing up like that, you're faced with two options. Is what my parent telling me correct? Or am I right in those gut feelings that I have? Now, when you're small and it's a vulnerable mind, of course you think your parent's right. So you stop listening to your gut, you suppress all your emotions. And somebody growing up like that, often will go into an abusive relationship, and when they're gaslighted, will do the same. Just stop listening to their gut. Another time we stop listening to our gut is when we're dating. Particularly if you're dating too soon, or when you're lonely and you're dating for the wrong reasons. I've done a whole nother video about dating too soon, so I'll put that in the link below as well. And when you are dating too soon, that is when you're dating when you're lonely. You're low in self-esteem and you're looking for somebody to fulfill that rather than finding happiness from within. And what happens is you project onto the other person what you dream and hope they might be. People show you who they are very, very early on. And if you're not still and watching what they do and seeing if there's any warning signs, red flags, then that's going to lead to trouble. And the reason you might not see those warning flags is because you're so busy projecting onto that person who you believe they are, that they're the one that you want to have babies with, that you want to get married to, whatever. You just project onto them, that you actually ignore your gut. Years later, you'll look back and go, those red signs were there. I just stopped trusting my gut. So if you're dating too soon, or even if you're in a relationship right now, ask yourself honestly, What is my gut telling me? What is it saying to me? Is this relationship good enough? Is this person I'm on these first few dates showing me signs that I'm feeling a little bit uncomfortable with? And is it right for me? Is my gut aligned with my heart? Is what I'm feeling in my gut aligned to my core values, beliefs, and goals? If not, then it's probably going to be churning and saying to you, this doesn't feel right, this doesn't fit. But is it at odds with your heart? Is your heart going, I want this relationship, yet your gut and your head are going, warning bell, this is wrong for me? Listen to your gut over your heart. It is telling you something. You need to listen to it. Now, if it's not about relationships, if it's about your career, a new job, moving to another country, if it's about moving house or whatever, it's the same thing. Stop overanalyzing, getting in your own way, complicating it with, oh, what if only, oh, I'm not sure. Go with your gut. What is your gut telling you? And what is aligned to your core values, beliefs, and goals? If what your decision you're making is, then chances are your gut will be a lot quieter and stiller, and you won't feel that churning, you know? I did a TV show once about serial killers, and it was amazing because I made the program about those people who survived notorious serial killers like Ted Bundy, the famous, most notorious, Jack the Ripper. And every single one of them survived because they said they had this feeling in their gut, this gut instinct, and it protected them. It made them get out. Had they listened to their heads, which said, oh, you know, Ted Bundy, who he was, they're very charismatic, he's nice, you know, what I'm seeing, what I'm believing in my gut is not what I'm seeing. I'm going to overrule that with my heart. They probably would have been dead. So your gut is there for a reason. It's there to protect you. It's there to warn you way before your conscious even is aware of it. So all I will say is trust your gut. I so wish I had done that when I was younger, but I do it now. In every decision I make, I listen to my gut. I ask myself, is this right for me? Is this good for me? Is it good enough for my well-being? And does it align with my core values, beliefs, and goals? And here comes my cat. And those of you who watch lots of my videos will know she always has to come in and join in the conversation. So that's what I would say. Ask yourself those honest questions. Listen to your gut, always. I hope this video has helped. If so, please click the like button and subscribe and send me your comments. I love to hear from you. So tell me, are you listening to your head or your heart? What impact is that having on your life? I promise you, listening to your gut will change your life faster than if you're just following your heart. Following your heart is fine, but if your heart is in line with what your gut is telling you. Anyway, thanks for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.